I like the fogginess that there is in the morning for me, and the idea that by the end of the day, whatever baggage I brought might change the mood completely, and I might look at or listen to what I've written, or look at the lyrics that I've written, and hate it by the end of the day, you know. So I could record a whole album in the morning and hate it by the end of the day, and vice versa, you know. I'm Vander Ark, and I'm a musician from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And this is a red brick story. Mine is a red brick story. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I partied hard on the first tier, thought I burned a lot of bridges, and then I'm a photograph that was torn in half, and I'll never be invited again.
This is the second solo record that I've done, and the first solo record I actually recorded in Grand Rapids, and this time I decided to go down to Nashville to get a whole fresh perspective and work with studio musicians down in Nashville. And it's exciting to be able to take something like that back here and then work from this area, as it always is, you know.
I was not a poor boy, wasn't raised upon the streets, but like a black cloud hovers, gonna rain on you in sheets. Where everyone's familiar, I'm a stranger.
I want to be able to be really comfortable, and I have to be really comfortable to be able to write. I could go to New York and lock myself up in a hotel room to write, but there's far too many distractions in New York, and there's far too many distractions in Los Angeles. I think anybody that has a computer and has some sort of internet savvy can develop a website and have a place for people to go and listen to the music. And email lists, I mean, we used to sit around as a band and lick stamps, have stamp licking parties. It's crazy that we did that, and then send out 5,000 mailers, where now it's an email, and it's unbelievable the access that you have to the masses.
First time I was born again, everything was one more sin. I had cheese.
As an artist, especially going through what I went through, and the fact that we were part of MTV and that whole machine, I could put out a record after record of something that was familiar to the people that bought those Verve Pipe records. And I think in some respects, what I do is, I think is familiar, reminiscent, hopefully not derivative of those records because of who I am as a songwriter, just the way that I write. So I draw on those experiences, and this album especially is very, very personal, enough where it could potentially offend members of my family.
I get a chill for no reason at all, standing still.
Well, I think that I don't think you could ever consider some place that you've lived your entire life to not be your home. It's not like I can pick up and go to San Francisco and then live there for 10 years and feel like that's my home. I think anytime you end up flying back here for the holidays, you're going, well, I'm going home for the holidays. Musically, I was most influenced here because this is where I was growing up, where I heard all those great records of the 70s that I loved and now try to recreate in some way, with my own spin on it. This area downtown is a great little area. When I had a condo across the street here, in my clubbing days, walk from club to club or whatever, but great restaurants around that you can go here and there, and then if you want to drive up to East Town to get back into that little grittier area, great. East Town is really, truly the melting pot of Grand Rapids. I mean, you really have that eclectic, you get a tremendous variety of food and people and places to just hang out. We like to hang out we love breakfast at Brandywine, or you go across the street, you get Yesterdog, or and then when the old intersection was there, loved that, and then you used to go after the intersection, you go over to Wolfgang's and have breakfast when it was open after the bar, I mean, those were, that was I think the dirtiest that Grand Rapids got in a really good way. I think that we've discovered now lately, and especially with my wife coming in, that, you know, well, what is there to do? Well, now, you know, she finds a great yoga place that she goes to that, you know, my parents would never even think of yoga or think that what's that, some sort of Middle Eastern, do they worship somebody different or whatever, it's yoga. But then she makes her friends through that yoga studio, and then they, you know, finds she has similar interests with them, and there's a community that we're now just starting to be able to tap into. You know, you can go have a place in Chicago, have a place in New York, and if that's the lifestyle that you want to live, wonderful. But you can also have little bits of that here, and you can still have a nice house with a nice big yard, you know. So, and if the idea that I'm still here and people like myself stay here, or get people to come here and be artistic and creative helps in any way, great, wonderful. You know?
I was born into nothing, I've nothing to offer. I can offer nothing.